And we're live.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, whatever time it is for you right now. Just know that you are locked in until the point with
Skip.
and the King. You guys know where to find us by now. Wow. Sorry I wasn't around yesterday, but you know what, guys? Skip really held it down. If you guys watched that video yesterday, go watch it again and break it down. It's actually very, very poignant with the content about what happened with the Raptors.
Living on a prayer, baby. Living on a prayer. That's what we're doing.
That shot, bro. That shot. Oh, my goodness. Skip, I'll tell you.
That's got to rival the Kawhi shot. I'm sorry. That might be better.
Oh, it's right up there.
Yeah.
It's right up there. There's no questions asked. Skip, I was at a bar. A couple friends and neighbors took me out. Early birthday present. By the way, my birthday's next week. I'll see you Saturday. They took me out. We were at a bar.
30? 50?
Stop it. We were at a bar, and then they didn't have the game on, so I literally had to run across the street right at the end of the game just to witness that shot. Like, I was watching it, walking by different places, checking it out. Oh, my goodness. But then again, Raptors fan, like I said before, what'd I tell you guys? I told you, have faith in the coach, have faith in the team. Look at that. Now it's a best of 3. They were down 0-2. That game alone just sent so much momentum into the Raptors' favor. It's going to be ridiculous. I'm still sticking by them in 6, Skip, because if you look at last night, and sorry, guys, I wasn't there yesterday because I had to attend a family function, but I told at least 11 people the Raps were going to win by 7. And they did. Siakam stepped up. He was cutting to the rim. He wasn't doing his simple little go in the post, pump fake. Other teams have figured him out. He stepped up his game, which I was very proud of. Kyle Lowry stepping up as a leader, taking those charges. Dude, to me, that was absolutely phenomenal. It was great to see. All 11 of us were watching the game, and everybody was cheering. It was good to see. It was great. It's great to be in the city of Toronto on the patios, like for the shot, and being at other people's places and seeing the love and the excitement they have for the Toronto Raptors, right? So, Skip, I got to ask you, what did you think of last night's game? Because you already covered the other game, and you did an amazing job. I loved it. What did you think about last night's game?
Well, you could say Siakam looked better, and that's to some extent that's true. But he still bombed 13 threes, and he only made 2 of them. So, I mean, he was looking great when he was in the paint, when he was getting those little running layups and whatnot, but he was still taking way too many shots from outside. Fortunately, Jaylen Brown also was bombing a bunch of shots from 3, and he was missing them all. I think he went like 1 for 9 or something. So they basically offset each other. I saw someone on Twitter say they offset each other in the worst way. And I think that speaks to a larger trend in this series, which is kind of that it's we saw last night and in the game before that going in, everyone was talking about it's going to be Jason Tatum versus Pascal Siakam. Which one can step up? Which one can be the man, be the Kawhi Leonard who can take over the series and spin it for their team? And it's actually been neither of those guys. It's been for Toronto, it's been Kyle Lowry. And for Boston, it's been Kemba. And realistically, if you're looking at the Tatum versus Siakam matchup, the Raptors probably lose that matchup overall. But if you're looking at the Lowry-Kemba matchup, I'll take Lowry every time. I mean, Kemba's a great player, but he doesn't have the championship experience. He doesn't have the tenacity on defense. So I think Lowry, as long as it's the Lowry series, we're in good shape. So yeah, just in terms of the game last night, it was a lot of the Raptors figuring out from 3. It was Van Vliet hitting his threes. It was Lowry hitting a few threes. It was Boston going ice cold from 3. And it was still a close game. It was a good game right down to the end. This series
it was 7. I said that to everybody at 12 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. Everybody I know. The Raps were going to win by 7.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. I called them a win by 8 the other night, and they won by 1. So I think you got the ups on that. But yeah, so what did you see last night? How do you see the rest of the series going?
What I see, Skip, is I'm still sticking to my pick. The Raps in 6.
Well, I said Raps in
And if,
7, and I got to say that's
and if
looking
it
pretty
goes,
good right now.
but dude, if it goes to the 7, the Raps are going to take it. That's what I think about last night. I saw the way they're playing them. They're trying. Now they're outsmarting them. The momentum is going in their favor. The players are clicking. What did Van Vliet say? They effed up, right?
Yeah.
What's your prediction for the rest of the series, Skip? Like, how do you think the Raptors are going to be able to pull it out? Because I strongly think the Raptors are going to be able to pull it out. Now that they've figured out Boston, they see how they can slow down Kemba. They see how they can slow down Smart, slow down Brown. Tatum's going to do what he's going to do, but not one player can score 100 points, 120, right, to win a game, score all the points. That's not going to happen. You're going to need contributors. As long as they can do the smart thing, and what I noticed last night on defense, which I thought was really good, is everybody was switching at the same time. They just kept cutting back and forth. There was no
The
lag.
Raptors defenders you're talking about?
Yes. There was barely any open shots for the Celtics, as much as they've been getting so far during the series. Right? I think they really shut them down. They really just put the pressure on them. I think the Raps can still pull it out in 6, possibly 7. What are you saying about that, Skipper?
Well, my prediction going in was Raps in 7, and I was feeling really, really dubious about that. After obviously two games, 2.5 games. Obviously, it's still on the table. I got to feel kind of good about that right now. That said, I'm not going to say this is like a Milwaukee situation where it feels like the Raptors completely broke the Celtics' backs and that they're just going to rip off 4 straight. I think it's a little more complicated than that. The games have all been really close. Ever since the first quarter of Game 1, it's been just a nip and tuck series. Everything's been so close, and I think it's going to continue to be like that straight through. I was watching a Celtics podcast actually the other day or this morning about last night's game, and they were saying, we missed our threes. We're going to come back. Like, our best game beats the Raptors' best game. And I feel like they're kind of missing the point because, yes, the Celtics' best game might theoretically be better than the Raptors' best game, but the Raptors' best game is taking the Celtics out of their best game. It's all about getting into them.
Bingo, guys, you heard that there first.
Running their, if they're missing their threes, it's because the guys getting those threes are the ones that are either ice cold or just bad shooters in general. Like you saw Jaylen Brown kept taking threes last night, even though he kept missing them, because the Raptors were shutting everything else down. And it was just like, all right, there's another Jaylen 3. And as a Raptors fan, I was like, okay, at least it's Jaylen taking it. Like, I'm glad it's not Tatum or even Kemba. And the Celtics fans were going on about, we just need to have Kemba take those shots. It's like, that's the Raptors' whole game plan is to make sure Kemba isn't the one taking those shots.
Exactly.
So I feel pretty optimistic going forward. But that said, I still think it's a toss-up. I think the Celtics could clap back. I think they probably will win another game in the series. I think it's my prediction would be that it's going 7 and that the Raptors can probably squeeze it out at the end of Game 7. But there's another thing that goes to your point about Nick Nurse, where previously everyone was talking about a strategic defensive schemes and whatnot, and we saw a little bit of that yesterday. Like, there was a triangle and 2 mentioned on the broadcast at one point.
Yep.
But his biggest adjustment has just been playing his starters like the whole game, and it's not strategy. It's like you take a timeout and you rest your starters. It's not like he's taking a timeout to draw up some crazy play. There's 3 minutes left in the game. Lowry's played 45 minutes. Let's just rest him. So I think he's doing a good job there, and it's obviously magnified by what's going on in the Bucks series. Giannis is hurt now, actually. He hurt himself
as we
today.
Speak. Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I guess my prediction is Raptors in 7. I got to go with that.
I think that's most likely the case, but I'm still going to stick to my guns that it's going to be the Raps in 6, because right now it's just the best of 3 series. All you got to do is win 2 games.
Yeah.
Just win 2 more games.
I think they're capable.
Yeah, I think so too. We all know they're capable, right, Raptors Nation? You guys, thank you for supporting us. We hope to hear what you guys have to say about what we think about the last 2 games, and how excited you are. We would love to hear some of that feedback from you. You guys know where to find us on YouTube. You guys know where to find us on Facebook. You guys know where to find us on Instagram. We hope you guys enjoy the rest of this playoffs for your Raptors. And I told you, they're coming out of this series. Skip agrees with me.
And if
We
they
hope
come,
you agree with us.
and if they come out of this series, I'm calling it right now. They're going to beat Miami. So,
Woo!
finals
Skip,
again.
We'll get into that. Hopefully, we see you guys very soon. We got another hot take to talk about, which could possibly be tomorrow or Monday.
Yeah, we'll
if you're
see.
watching the game right now, you'll know what we're talking about. Anyway, guys, on behalf of myself and the skipper, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night. Thank you very much, and
Peace.